कहंदे ने लोक पुराणे इन्ना भी सोचना है कोई ना जान सके कल नू की हो जा
Crowd there.
We bring it home, we bring it home, we bring it home, we bring it home, we bring it home. Oh, 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 जश्न का ये मैदान है, शोर भरा तूफान है, हमसे कोई टकरा ना सके, जोश में दिल है जान है, पत्थर पिघलाना है, एक नया इतिहास बनाना है खेल, ऐसा दिखाना है, मुट्ठी में जीत चुकर खिलाना है, तैयार है तेरा ये चुनो ज्वाला give me some more रास्ता है ये उमंगों का ले उड़ान लिखा आसमान पे तू एक नई दास्तां दिल से we bring it home दिल से we bring it home धड़केंगे दिल कदमों की ताल में ये जज्बा है ऐसा एक धागे से जोड़ दे हमें हर एक हाल में पल पल तेरे संग होंगे सपने बुनेंगे हम देखना साथ में मौका है You make your nation proud Play it loud Come dance through the crowd दिखा तेरी आँखों में रंगीन बाग जैसे गुलाब जो महकाए दिन रात
Welcome, my lovely listeners, to your own show, Cricket with Mahesh Iyer, only on 103.3 Houston FM. The station, of course, is a presentation of Rehan Siddiqui, and this show is now officially sponsored by the Global Celebrity League of Cricket, USA chapter. I have been away. Last Sunday, of course, there was a grand finale of the Asia Cup. Nobody wanted to miss that, and I didn't want to miss it as well. And of course, we all enjoyed that. But before we get there, in our weekly roundup, this theme song that you heard, the opening song of today's show, is the theme song, the anthem for the recently started Women's ODI World Cup that's being played across India and Sri Lanka. So a big shout out to the women cricketers across the globe for making this a wonderful event. In fact, the very first time, I believe, in the history of the women's game that the entire tournament is going to have administrators who are all women. So, not just the playing staff, but also the umpiring staff, as well as the other backend staff, the match referees, and so on. They're all going to be women. So, a fantastic, I would say, advertisement and a show of progress of the women's game. Real shout out to all the 8 nations competing, as well as all of those who worked hard to make this wonderful tournament already something on the way to a grand success. Yep. So we all know the Women's World Cup started a few days ago with the lung opener between India and Sri Lanka. After that, we've had games between England and South Africa. Of course, Australia and Sri Lanka game was a washout. We had Pakistan and Bangladesh play a game. And of course, as we speak, there is an interesting game going on between Indian women and Pakistani women. So that's about 3 quarters of the way through. That's an interesting game, and I think it'll have a photo finish. Too close to call. I think India may be just a bit ahead. But the last time I checked the scores, and I can give you the live scores, it's 94 for 3. Pakistan chasing 248 to win, and they need to go at about 6.65 runs and over from here on the remaining 23 overs and a delivery. So a very close game to call, I think. A couple of partnerships should see Pakistan home, but a couple of quick wickets, and I think they'll have a bigger challenge on their hands. So the Women's World Cup, ladies and gentlemen, and an excellent advertisement for the game of cricket. And as I said, I think it's a great show of progress all along, and I hope you all are catching the entertainment. I sure am catching the entertainment, as in when I can. This morning, I was up at 4 a.m. Houston time, watching the toss and the power play of the first innings, went back to sleep, and then woke up and saw the last half of the Indian innings and the first part of the Pakistan innings before I had to drive over to the studio. And even here, I've got Cricket for my partner with all the details up to the minute. And I'll be sharing those over the course of the show. Of course, as I said, a few games have already happened in the World Cup and the women's tournament. So India and Sri Lanka, I think Sri Lanka did a great job running India close, but India eventually getting home there. England had a one-sided affair over South Africa, bowling them out for just 69. South African team hopefully will think of that as an aberration, a bad day in the office, because they are a wonderful team to watch, and we surely hope that they'll touch great heights in this World Cup. Bangladesh did stun Pakistan. I think the Pakistan batting didn't really take off, going bowled out for about 129 in their opening game that Bangladesh chased fairly easily. But as I said, a great match going on right now, and I'll give you scores as and when I can in the midst of a packed show that I have today. And as I mentioned, the Australia-Sri Lanka game at Colombo was washed out, so those points were split. So that's what's happening in the Women's ODI World Cup as we speak. A lot of games still to happen. We've got a total of 28 league matches, and of course, it's a round robin tournament, 8 teams. The top 4 play the semis, and of course, the top 2 play the finals on the 2nd of November. So, a great tournament to look forward to. If you're in India or Sri Lanka, it's your time to go catch some wonderful entertainment in your neck of the woods. If you're here anywhere else in the world, especially in the United States, you can definitely catch it all virtually live here in the US on Willow TV. So, that's the Women's ODI World Cup going on as we speak. And the anthem that I played, the opening song for today's show, is actually the anthem for this particular World Cup. So, moving on from the Women's World Cup, of course, as I mentioned, I was absent from the studio last Sunday because I was watching the India Pakistan final of the men's T20 World Cup. And what a game that was. I must admit, I've been watching cricket for, I would say, about close to 45, maybe 45 plus years. And it was surely one of the best games of cricket I have ever seen in my life. One of the best India-Pakistan games I've ever seen in my life. One of the best finals I've ever seen in my life. And surely one of the best India-Pakistan finals that I've ever seen in my life. What a game. It was an absolute seesaw battle. The first 10 overs, you would think Pakistan was on top. The next 10 overs, Indians pulled it back and pulled it back in a big way. And then it was like, oh, it seemed at the midway stage, Pakistan was dead and buried and India was going to have a cakewalk. Well, that was a thought too soon and fairly wrong because India were rocked with 3 wickets being down for just 20 runs. So the second innings, the first part of the second innings, it felt it was all Pakistan, and then came some wonderful partnerships headed by the absolute cool headed youngster Tilak Varma, who first with Sanju Samson and then with Shivam Dubey took India very, very close to home. Then, of course, Rinku Singh hit the winning runs. One of the best games of cricket I have ever seen in my entire life. I repeat that. And I hope a game that we all as cricket fans would enjoy even down the road reminiscing, and those who were able to watch it live on TV or in the ground at Dubai in that electric atmosphere, I am sure you would feel this one's for the ages. So a great tournament came to an end with one of the greatest games of T20 international cricket, at least in my dictionary. Yeah. So what else is happening in our weekly roundup? The New Zealand Australia T20 series just got over yesterday. Australia taking the series 2-0, and there was one match that was rained out. Test match arena, India versus West Indies. The first test match, I think that was played at Ahmedabad. India winning comfortably inside 3 days by an innings. And one cannot help but feel sorry for the state of affairs of West Indies cricket in all the formats, because in addition to this test match, West Indies were also beaten, albeit with some of their stars missing, in a T20 series by Nepal, 2 games to 1, and these sort of games was played in the United Arab Emirates. So surely West Indies does need to do something, and do something really quickly, because as we look at their yesteryears, as we look at I know their heroes from the 1980s to, I would say, late 1990s, who were undisputed as individuals as well as the entire team as a whole. It is an absolute sorry state of affairs, and one can only hope for the best, and for the best to come very, very soon. It's already very, very late, in my opinion. So that was happening in the Test match arena. White ball cricket. We talked about the T20s. We talked about the ODIs. Of course, there are some impending tours that are going to come up down the road. England White Ball Tour of New Zealand, that's going to happen this month. India White Ball Tour of Australia. It's going to be ODIs as well as T20s in both of these series. That's also going to happen later this month and straddling over into the first part of November. And then, of course, South African team is going to embark on a multi-format tour of Pakistan later this month. These are all the men's games. And of course, that tour is going to involve all formats, right? One-day internationals, T20s, and of course, test matches. So before I go any further, just want to make sure you are able to listen to me. And of course, the 103.3 FM dial here in the greater Houston area. You should be able to listen to me on houstonfm.com or 103.3 Houston FM app. Or if you're Facebook savvy, I am on Facebook. I've been on live on Facebook ever since the show started. For those of you who just joined me on Facebook, here's a victory sign. Here's a thumbs up. Here's a double wave to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to me, your own station, Cricket with Mahesh Iyer, only on 103.3 Houston FM. Of course, this show is now sponsored by the Global Celebrity League of Cricket USA chapter. And let's talk about our sponsoring organization, the Global Celebrity League of USA. What's coming up? We have been talking about GCL, as we call it, as we abbreviate it, Global Celebrity League. Lots happening. It's going to come fast and furious. The tournament is scheduled to be held between October 24th and November 2nd here in the Houston area in Pearland. And what used to be called Musa Stadium, it is now called Kingsman Arena. Make sure you block your calendars. And if you're in the Houston area, don't make too many other plans, because we are going to have fast and furious T20 cricket action with 6 teams playing double headers on 8 of the days, 2 of the days. The first and the last day, you're going to have a single game. The first day is going to be the opening game, and in the evening, we are going to have the opening ceremony, a dazzling show in the evening. So please make sure you do come out there. Of course, the next 8 days, you'll have double headers with the morning games at 9:30 a.m. and the afternoon games at 1:30 p.m. So it's your time to come in, soak in the atmosphere, build in the camaraderie. And who knows, if you sign up for the executive club, a single ticket buys you access not just to these games, but all of the events that we're going to host in between the games. So we'll have more of those details coming up on this show over the next few weeks. So you'll get access to those. And of course, you'll have a special podcast, a 5 minute podcast only on you as a special fan of cricket, right? So don't forget the Global Celebrity League of Cricket coming to you, coming to H Town, not very long from now. Under 3 weeks to go, ladies and gentlemen. October 24th is when we kick off, and the grand finale is on the 2nd of November. With 2 weekends in that itinerary, you don't have to take off from work a whole lot. You can try and be there at least over the weekends, including the concluding weekend. And I'm sure you will get your money's worth because we've got an impressive array of marquee players already signed up for you, right? The marquee players that we've already talked about in the past. It's Imran Tahir from South Africa, Shoaib Malik from Pakistan, Shakib Al Hassan from Bangladesh, James Wins from the United Kingdom, Mohammad Nabi from Afghanistan, and Harbhajan Singh or Bhajipa from India. So marquee players have already signed in, and we've got 6 teams: Houston Riders, Las Vegas Aces, Washington, D.C. Eagles, New York Liberty, Miami Waves, and Chicago Wind Chasers. Lots coming up on the GCL front that I would like for you all to keep in mind, put on your calendars so you don't miss this. This is just a list of marquee players. You're going to have an opportunity to see some more legendary players in action, along with some of our upcoming stars, our upcoming youngsters who are going to be our future legends. So lots happening in the field of cricket via the Global Celebrity League. And what I'm going to do while I play the next song here, which is our GCL USA anthem, I'm going to try and bring our director, Arif Malik, or Arif Bhai, as he's formally called. He's in Dubai right now, working hard, getting this showpiece event all together. And he's graciously agreed to give me a little time. So as I play the song, enjoy the song, enjoy the GCL USA anthem, but stay tuned because I'm going to try and bring Arif Bhai on the phone line with us and have him give us the very latest on GCL USA chapter. Be back, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the song. Don't go too far.
Across the skies, beyond all borders, legends rise, igniting fervor. This game unites young players and legends. Every shot, every catch, a legacy we send. Cricket spirit, let the whole world know. This is the spirit of the game. No limits, no walls. Hearts aflame, where legends guide. Young players ignite. We play for honor, for pride, for love. Waves, aces, riders, wind chasers, seagulls, liberty. Together we rise, united in victory. GCL, USA, mix of legends and young players. Feel the thrill, the passion. Raise the bars. Every cheer, every fight, courage echoes day and night. Legends mentor, young players soar. Together we shine forevermore. Boundaries tell stories, wickets mark glory. From Miami to New York, Houston to Vegas, GCL US, our passion never ceases. Together we rise. You give it to GCL USA. This is the spirit of the game. No limits, no walls. Hearts aflame, where legends guide. Young players ignite. We play for honor, for pride, for love. GCL USA, mix of legends and young players. Feel the thrill, the passion. Raise the bars. For cricket, for unity, for a brighter day. GCL USA, the game, the spirit, the way. The game, the spirit, the way.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I now have with me Mr. Arif Malik, Arif Bhai, as we popularly call him, on the line with us. First of all, Arif Bhai, very good evening to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, right?
Yes, almost.
Oh,
Yep,
good morning.
it's 11:20. Yep, touching afternoon. So good, good, good.
All
Anyway,
right.
first of all, in the midst of all of your efforts in Dubai, I do appreciate your coming online. You're on air with me on my show, and so I did talk about the fact that we are coming up close on our game dates. Our opening ceremony on the evening of 24th October, our finals on November 2nd, the teams that we have, the marquee players. I've talked about that. I've talked about the executive club as well. But I would love to hear from you the latest, right? Because I haven't seen you the last 10 days. I think you've been there almost in Dubai. I'm sure there's a lot more happened that you can share with our listeners. Yeah.
Well, the things are moving very fast, and you know that we had like a couple of issues in like past few days. But Alhamdulillah, now Global Cricket League is indirectly, approved by ICC, International Cricket Council.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Awesome.
know what happened with the U.S. Cricket Board, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's officiating CEO over there. They got the approval from ICC on behalf of us. So things are going very good now because we got amazing marquee players, and the star power is very huge now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think we're having like more than 15, 16 players, those who have been the number one player in the cricket in the past years.
Mm-hmm.
And today, there's a good news that we got, one of the franchise owners, they got Mohammad Azharuddin, one of the greatest players. So things are going very good now. And I think now this is the time to gear up. And I think now this is the time to go to the fans of Global Cricket League, those who are listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
And because the stage is almost set,
Mm-hmm.
production team is already there. They are
Mhm.
basically coming for the survey
Mm-hmm.
in the ground in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be starting their preparations on the ground. And the curator is doing amazing packets.
Mm-hmm.
As we have we requested him to have the flat pitches
Mm-hmm.
so that we can have the entertainment in all the matches.
Mm-hmm.
So things are going very good now, and we are in the middle of locking the sponsors,
Mm-hmm.
the partners.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we have just signed one of the biggest influencers in the world,
Mm-hmm.
the great Zamzam brothers, Chota Bhai, Bada Bhai.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already on board with us as a digital brand ambassadors, and they'll be traveling from Dubai to US to cover this league. And a lot of things are happening. I think people will, have a lot of entertainment. People will have, lot of amazing cricket in Houston for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody should be ready. We are coming, and we are coming with the bang.
Awesome, Arif Bhai. That's so great to hear. In fact, you touched upon the first thing that was on my mind, and that is the news that we have read in the past 1 week about, first of all, USA Cricket Board. I think, I don't recall the exact term, with ICC, and then USA Cricket Board filed for bankruptcy. And I personally was very concerned, and I'm sure a lot of the cricket fans would have been very concerned. So thanks for setting those fears at rest. And I know both Alambai and you have worked very, very hard with the US Cricket Board as well as with ICC to ensure that we go through. Because again, even before I think US Cricket Board had issues with ICC, there was a lot of hard work that Alambai and you put in to ensure that GCL got sanctioned as a league that would go ahead. Just bases all of your efforts, and as you just mentioned, the power that we were bringing in terms of the quality of cricket. And I also believe there is a pure intent there to marry legendary talent with young talent. I think people who ultimately end up playing in one of the six teams, the youngsters, will only be in a position where they won't be able to thank you all enough for fostering this connection. So I'm glad that you've put those fears to rest, Arif Bhai. So thank you for that. Couple of other things I had on my mind, and something we have not shared with at least the listeners here. So I wanted to see if you're in a position to do that. I saw some of this on our website, globalcricketleague.us, and that is the commentary panel. Yeah. So is that locked in to where we can share with our wonderful listeners who are going to be our great?
Yeah, you can absolutely share it. It is one of the, the best commentary panel I've ever seen in my life. Because, if you talk about the Asia Cup, World Cup, so everybody is amazing. Like, if we talk about Mike Hazeman, we talk about Nikhil Chopra, Abdul Hassan, we got
Simon Dole,
we got Simon Dole, we got Vakar Yunus. You cannot have the best commentary panel. This is, I think, one of the best commentary panels. And you've been talking about Alam Bhai, so I would like to really, really appreciate, because Alam Bhai, he has been amazing driving force for all of us, and he is actually leading from the front. He is looking after many things at the moment in the Houston. He is just talking about ambulances there. He's talking about the fire brigade is there. He is talking about the security. He is talking about lot of other logistics like hospitality, travel. So he is doing amazing job. Because the person who is responsible for these things are like I think he's like facing a lot of music as well, but he's responding everybody. So I would love to really appreciate Alam Bhai for his great leadership qualities, and he is like running team, like the team is amazing. After like a lot of the people they're working in the different countries. We got a lot of people working in our office in Houston. So everyone is amazing. So especially thanks to the leadership quality of Alam Bhai.
Excellent. Yeah, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, I've seen both Arif Bhai and Alam Bhai work very, very hard, very, very closely. Yeah, and I can only echo what Arif Bhai said. So I would say all of you who are listening to me live or who will listen to me later through the recording, just out of the the love and respect for these two wonderful gentlemen, I would literally exhort you all to make it out to the Kingsman Arena at least one of the days. See for yourself the effort that's gone in, and I'm sure you will come back asking for more. You will be asking as to when season 2 and season 3 and all are coming. And I know that's the kind of effort these gentlemen have put in. I won't give you any less praise, Arif Bhai. I have seen you as well work all nights and work all days, and it's unbelievable. So just, ladies and gentlemen, the love and respect these two gentlemen deserve, I think, just for that, even if you're not a cricket fan, just come out, have a good social time with us at the GCL. Before I let you go, Arif Bhai, I won't hold you too long, but the Executive Club, I've been talking about that a few times. Oh, before I even go to the Executive Club, let's not forget, you've also lined up a couple of excellent presenters for us, Yasha Sagar and Grace Hayden. Is that still on?
Yeah. They're still on, and today we also got an additional Monali Patel as well.
Okay.
She's also doing a lot of leagues in Canada and US, and she has done a couple of ICC events as well. So what we are planning to give amazing content to the viewers, whether the players are in the field or the players are off the field. The players are sitting in the hotel, they're traveling. So the people would be having amazing content as far as this league is concerned. So Nikhil Chopra, he has been assigned as a head of content, so he will be looking after the all content. It's not about the cricket only; it is about the content as well.
Okay.
When you're setting up this kind of a league, so there are a lot of the games between the players. They're sitting in the hotel with a lot of activities, and for the first time we'll be having the activities with the franchise owners as well, because they're putting a lot of investments over there.
Right.
So there will be a daily session with the franchise owners and the players, those who are performing.
Awesome. Now, talk to me a little bit about the opening ceremony. Do we have that locked in as far as, I think the timing is going to be later that evening after game 1. So around 5:30 p.m. or so is what I recall. But give us a little more details. Do we have that content locked in, performers ready to come in? for the opening
Yeah,
ceremony? Yeah.
I think next show we'll be able to reveal all the details of the opening ceremony in the next week, I guess, to the listeners.
Excellent. And then the last thing for
Hmm.
you today, Arif Bhai, right? On the Executive Club, I have been advertising it over the last few weeks, actually. Do we
Hmm.
have a prize that we can share for this Executive Club ticket for people living here in the United States as well as for people living outside the US? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, you already have the price. I mean, it's written there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually not remember because I'm,
Yeah,
in Dubai for
right.
last many days.
Yeah,
So you can,
I can share it. Okay.
it's all about the exclusivity. So we
Mm-hmm.
want to give exclusivity to the fans. We
Mm-hmm.
want to give exclusivity to those people, those who are in love with the cricket, with love and with this game. So this is basically the exclusivity we want to give to the listeners. So I think after this call, you can tell everyone
Mm-hmm.
that we are having this exclusivity for them, which is the executive club of
Mm-hmm.
GCL.
Mm-hmm.
So so best of luck to you, and thank you very much, Mahesh Bhai, for putting up amazing shows. Your all efforts, other than these shows, so you have been remarkable. You have been exceptional.
Thanks a lot. It's been an absolute pleasure, Arif Bhai, working with you and actually meeting you all just 2 months ago. We seem like long lost brothers from another mother. I think all three of us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's like we have the relation of the many years
Exactly.
relationship.
Literally, I've known
Yeah.
Arif Bhai and Alam Bhai only since July this year, right? So into the fourth month or something like that. But yeah, like Arif Bhai said, it's been great. So thank you so much, Arif Bhai, taking your time. Have a great
So the
evening ahead.
last
And
message to the listeners
yeah,
that we'll
yeah.
see you in the Kingsman Arena from 24th of October till the 2nd of November.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the happenings over there. The cricket, amazing cricket is coming there.
Right.
So a special love to the fans of cricket and those who are planning to come to the Kingsman Arena. And you should also tell them about the timings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you can share the
Yes,
the
I've
match
already.
timings. So the
Yes, yes, I've
first
already
match
shared it.
is between
Mm-hmm.
Houston and New York.
Mm-hmm.
So there is always a rivalry between Houston and
Yeah,
New York.
sure, sure.
So let's see. And thank you very much for taking me
Yeah,
on air.
thanks a lot. Yep, take care. Have a good evening. Yep, we'll stay in touch. Thank
Okay,
you,
take
Arif.
care. Bye.
Thank you, Arif. Bye. Bye for now. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the president of GCL, not just GCL United States, GCL globally, Mr. Arif Malik, and fondly we refer to him as Arif Bhai. You all heard the wonderful things that are happening in the field of GCL USA. Make sure you mark your calendars, else you are going to be missing out on something special, something that will likely create history in our neck of the woods. Yeah. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you more details on the Executive Club the next time I come, including pricing details. I do have those, but I want to make sure they've not been revised upwards or downwards, right? So before I get to a price, let me verify that I have access to the latest information. Then, of course, I'll make sure I share it with you all. All right. So that's about midway on our show today. And as we go to the next half of the show, what I'm going to be doing is continuing what I started the last time around. The last time around was 2 weeks ago when essentially I was sharing with you all my own world test match 11. If I put together a team of 11 players from across the world, of course, an era gone by, because a lot of my formative years, I watched these legends play in era gone by, then who would there be there in my team? And so if you recall, my opening batsmen were Sunil Gavaskar from India and Gordon Greenwich from West Indies. Those were the two. Now we'll continue our discussions with our number 3, number 4, and hopefully number 5 the rest of the show today. Give me a couple of minutes while I adjust Facebook Live. Till then, you can listen to the standard programming on this channel. I'll be back in maybe 2 minutes or so, ready to go Facebook Live with our legends who make up number 3, 4, and 5 in my dream World Test 11. Stay tuned. Don't go too far. Be right back.
तुमको न देखे न होता गुजारा मैं हूँ सुबह तू रात है मैं लफ्ज़ हूँ तू बात है आजा मेरे वास्ते मैं हूँ तेरे वास्ते तेरे बिना जीना है मुश्किल मेरा तू है मेरा आईना मुझे तू संवार दे एक बस मानो मैं कहना तेरा हम तेरी हर अदा पे हमर मिटे हाँ तेरे साथ रहता दिल जवा मेरा दिल की बेचैनियों से क्या कहें हमारे हाथ में तो कुछ नहीं रहा.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back on air with you all. And those of you who are watching me on Facebook, you will be able to enjoy the videos that I'm going to be playing here as I continue my discussions on my World Test 11. Number 3, the undisputed emperor of cricket, the cricketing royalty. And I would say the one and only royalty that we've had a show on already. Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, or Viv Richards. And I've shown quite a few of his videos then as well. And today, even though I'm putting together a test match 11, one of the greatest innings Sir Viv Richards has ever played. And surely, till the time he played that innings, the greatest one-day international innings of any time till then, versus England, 189 not out, when he single-handedly took West Indies, who were tottering at about 98 for 7 or 8, up to 262 or so. I don't recall the exact numbers, but here's a snip. It's a little long video, but Viv fans, the videos can never be too long. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy Sir Vivian Richards taking down Team England in a brutal display of one-day international batting. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a typical Richards effort. No need to run this time. A little flick of the right hand and it races through mid-wicket for 4. And a smile from both of them. He knows full well he should never bowl to Richards there. Oh, that's 4 more. It's in the air, but the placement was right. Short X from mid-off, never any danger of a catch. And the score suddenly rattles along when Richards arrives.
Safely away for 4. No slip there. It's one of the risks you take if you set a field of this kind, but so far it's worked with Richards. He's needed the edge of the bat to get away from Gower and from Foster. And there's that favoured shot, and it's split the 2 men behind square. Fatal to bowl Richards on the leg side. That is a remarkable stroke. The strange thing about it is that almost invariably he gets it in the middle of the bat. Most people would miss it, get the inside edge.
Richards again. That's it. And Gatton giving chase. He'll cut it off all right. There'll be 2 more to Richards. 2 more, which takes him through to his half century. 51 on the board in the 22nd over, with the West Indies on 83 for 4. And in view of the match with 4 wickets down, he's got them remarkably quickly. 59 balls and 5 boundaries included. Richards on 56, 89 the score to face Miller. That's exactly where the off-spinner can't afford to bowl. Short outside the off-stump, put away with no bother at all. Taking Richards on to 60. Must have a great chance of man of the match award here. I think Viv Richards, he might get a few overs in on this pitch as well.
Yeah, very fine shot this. Again, quite wide, a good foot outside the off stump. And really, it has looked a different game when Viv's been batting to any other batsman. He's looked in tremendous form all morning.
Just nudges that away fine. That's going to beat Bob Willis. No hope of cutting it off. He's dealt in boundaries here this morning as Viv Richards. His placement, as ever, has been absolutely top class.
So here he comes, Ian Botham to Viv Richards.
No problem, a single anywhere he wants it, and that he decided was once again on the leg side. He's made it into 4, which takes him on to 103. And what a great innings this has been. 103 out of 173. With wickets tumbling all around him. He's only received 112 balls, 12 fours in it. And the 7th time he's made 100 in limited over cricket. So his 3rd versus England. And in fact only the 4th made here at Old Trafford in these one-day internationals. Gave himself room. Beautiful shot. Really was. Classic off drive there. To a ball pitched, I suppose, around about leg stump.
Well, this is magnificent. It's well outside leg stump. He's stood away and he's still swung the bat in classic style, absolutely controlled, even though there was a fielder within 15 yards, couldn't get it.
109 to Richards. And Botham once again to bowl to him. That's hoisted away. Beautiful shot again. Right. Amazing the strength of this man on the leg side. Just seemed to flick that over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. And it's a very long carry today down to the pavilion steps. 116 to Richards, about to receive from Foster. And that shot again, absolutely magnificent. Straight 6 this time, and again to a ball pitching outside the leg stump. A couple of steps away and just put it exactly where he wanted it. Straight for 6.
Well, you wonder how long this can go on. It wasn't even a half volley. It was, if anything, it was short of a length. We're really seeing something here, I can tell you.
A short one, attempted bouncer, and that's put away in great style again for 4 more. And one feels a shade sorry for the bowlers, I must say. It's almost impossible to bowl to this man when he's in this frame of mind. That sees a 200 up. So Botham comes off with 1 over. Left him to bowl and is replaced by Dave Pringle. That's the great joy of Viv Richards, who's immediately put him into the crowd for 6. And again, with apparently no effort whatsoever. Overpitched. Pick of the bat, a flick of the wrists, and away she goes. Oh, that's a real cracker of a shot. Soared away into the far distance there, right smack into the middle of the crowd. So 150 goes on the board for Viv Richards, holding down the wicket to shake him by the hand. Tremendous performance. 4 sixes, 15 fours, and he scored up more than a run a ball. He's only had 147 balls. Big Bob Willis has been the one man to have contained Richards out there in his 10th over now. He's given away only 22 runs. Nobody's going to contain that one. 4 more. Familiar sidestep. Crush through the wide open spaces. And that means that's gone a magnificent 6, right over the top.
Well, at least he deigned to really give it a full swing at the bat this time, but almost the easiest hit of the whole game. He's just popped it where he wanted.
Lent into that one. Umpire Shepherd waiting to see if it's 4 or 6. In fact, it bounced a couple of yards in front of the ropes.
Well, I don't know what Pringle had in mind here, but he wound up with a high full toss outside leg stump.
176 out of 260. So a stand of 94 for the last wicket so far. There's a full toss, and there's 4 more. And yet another boundary flowing from the bat of this great player. I only want 2 more to have added 100 for the last wicket. I'm pretty sure that there's never been a century stand for the last wicket in one of these games before. That's going to be the 2, all right. Is it going to be 4? Yes, just beaten Fowler, racing round there. So there we are, 100 stand for the last wicket. 166 when they came together. It's moved on now to 268 with a ball left. And this massive contribution of Viv Richards now stands on 185. And as you might expect, it ended with a 4. Richards' bat held high. One of the great innings of one-day cricket.
What an awesome innings by Sir Vivian Richards, appreciated not just by the crowd, but you can see on multiple times by the English cricketers and especially Ian Botham. For those of you who may not be aware, Ian Botham and Viv Richards played for the same county in England. I believe it was Somerset, and I believe for a while they were also roommates. A lot of healthy respect and, of course, rivalry on the field, a healthy respect on the field and off it among these two legends. That was Sir Vivian Richards for us. One of the greatest innings, I believe, up until that point in time, the greatest one-day international innings ever played. After that, of course, Kapil Dev hit their wonderful 175 not out against Zimbabwe. And in my dictionary, these two are the best one-day international innings ever played, given the context. Even though in recent times we've had a lot of players hit double centuries in one-day international cricket, I think these two innings, Sir Viv's as well as Kapil Dev's innings, were way ahead of their time and still, in my dictionary, are two of the finest one-day international innings ever played. So that was Sir Vivian Richards at number 3 in my World Test 11. And before I go to my number 4, I'm taking a look at the India-Pakistan match. It is getting very close. Now they are down to 37 overs, and Pakistan needs 107 in 13 overs, and they've got 5 wickets to do it. Still, I think it's a bit touch and go because Sitra Amin is going strong, and she's going to be the key. I think if she stays till the very end, Pakistan might as well make this chase. Yeah, but if India dismiss her early, they probably have a much higher chance of winning. So at this time, I would say it's very difficult to call. I would go a safe 50-50. But yeah, in the midst, before the time I gave you the prior score updates, and now Pakistan has lost 2 wickets, including that of the captain, Fatima Sana. I really like Fatima Sana as a player, one of the finest all-rounders going around. I think India's done a good job getting her out early, but Sidra Amin, I think, is going to be key. She holds the key. Right now, she's at 75 with 9 fours and a 6 of 97 deliveries. And if India wants to win, they'll have to get Sidra Amin out soon. And if Pakistan wants to win, Sintra Amin needs to stay and guide the chase home. So a fantastic game going on. If you're not tuned in, you should. A great game of cricket here in the United States. Catch it on Willow TV. All right, so that's the latest on that game. Now down to the batter number 4 in my World 11. And that's the last I'm going to be able to cover today. I won't be able to cover number 5. I'll pick that up next time. Batter number 4. Who do I slot in? Of course, as I said, the newbies like Virat Kohli, who just recently retired, were not in scope. But of course, definitely in scope was Sachin Tendulkar, called the god of cricket. Definitely in scope was Javed Miandad. I believe, again, one of the, or maybe the finest audacious stroke maker out of Pakistan. May I compare Javed Miandad with Zahir Abbas those days? Zahir Abbas was absolute poetry in motion, and Javed Miandad was poetry with brute force. Nobody improvised better than Javed Miandad. Today we see Glenn Maxwell hitting switch hits and reverse scoops and all that stuff. Those days, those shots were not in vogue, but what was in vogue was Javed Miandad threading fields by improvising. Nobody used his feet better to the slower deliveries than Javed Miandad did. So in scope was Javed Miandad, in scope was Sachin Tendulkar, but I couldn't give a vote to either of them. My vote for the number 4 batsman was yet another West Indian, Trinidadian, somebody who just loved to bat big, not just score hundreds, score double hundreds, score triple hundreds, and hell, score even a quadruple hundred in a test match. Yes, you guessed it right. None other than the Prince of Trinidad, Prince Brian Charles Lara. A fantastic batsman, as I said. He scaled Sir Gary Sobers's 365, which at some point in time was thought as impregnable. Nobody thought anybody would beat Sir Gary Sobers's 365. Prince Charles Lara had other ideas. He not only beat it to score 375, he got one ahead, and he scored a 400 not out against England. 400, ladies and gentlemen, this was not the team score. This was the score of just Brian Charles Lara. He's my number 4 batsman. Again, I know a lot of fans with different loyalties would have thought Sachin should have been in there. A lot of fans with other loyalties would have thought Javed Miandad could have been in there. And of course, many others could have thought some others would have been there as well. It was a very, very tough pick for me. I regurgitated this, thought about this for a while, and then I penciled in Brian Charles Lara simply because of his hunger, his insatiable appetite, and as a test match demands, his ability to have enormous, almost infinite concentration. So Brian Charles Lara is my batsman at number 4, and we are going to revisit that famous 400 not out by Brian Charles Lara, Prince Lara, against England. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Good delivery. Palmerston celebrating, the keeper and the slips are celebrating, but no one else is moving. The one thing certainly that has not moved is Daryl Hare's hand. Well, that's going to be 4. He's found the gap just to got his right hand there. Hammered away. He's done it again. Not hit quite so hard this time, but it's the same result, it's the same area. He's got it through. Won't go all the way. And that offside steer takes Chris Gale to a 50, which is warmly appreciated both by the supporters of the West Indies and the thousands of travelling England fans. Well, he's taken him on, and he's found that huge gap. That's a fantastic shot through extra cover from Gale. Jones Well. Unbelievable. The bowling changes work for Michael Vaughan and for England, and in particular for Gareth Batty. What a soft dismissal from Chris Gale. Well, that'll bring back some memories of 1994. That's through the offside, like a flash to the boundary.
And that'll be it. His 44th Test match half century, his first of this series.
And this one now short and cracked away. Brian Lara's favourite shot. We've seen a number of them today against both pace and spin.
That's away very fine, down towards a short third man boundary.
And Lara starts off with a lovely off drive. Will go all the way, touch and go, and it does. Beautifully played. Lovely shot by Lara. Placed magnificently.